Hello, it's question 2 of 3 today for Ask Nicole questions, and the question is, how do I prevent stress fractures? I don't know which stress fracture specifically you're talking about, but I'm assuming you're a runner because that's where stress fractures are most commonly known. So stress fractures in running often occur if you've had a period of rest. So you might have been a runner in the past, decided to get back into it, started running a lot on hard surfaces, and perhaps not increasing the load gently enough. And what will normally happen before you get a stress fracture is you'll normally get a stress response in a bone. So you can't see that necessarily on an x-ray. You can sometimes see it on MRI or CT, but we would not recommend that you go and get those investigations done, because actually we can be fairly good with the diagnosis if we know the history and if we can palpate it and it's a bit tender in the area that we know there's common stress fracture sites. So we want to be responding to it before it becomes a stress fracture. If you start noticing persistent pain, sort of fifth metatarsal head, which is outside of the foot, you can get them in the the lower portion of the fibula. I'm not being very helpful here. The bone on the outside of the bottom. I'm trying to convey it in layman's terms. So that can be a really good indication. So yeah, they're very common sites to get stress fractures in runners. And what you want to be thinking of is, have you changed your shoes? Have you changed your training load? Are you doing more? Are you doing more on roads? And we want to be modulating that load. So you might think, actually, you know what, I'm going to cross train. I'm going to find an Ultra G. I'm going to start doing some running, but weightless running, so you've still got the action of the running just to keep the mileage down. You might want to, we know that obviously when you're working in a pool, not obviously, but it's very, very good cardiovascular fitness, very good for your heart, so you could do a little bit of cross training. You could be doing cycling as well, so you're increasing your cardiovascular fitness, but then you're not getting quite so much load. Often inexperienced runners will just try and run all the time, and that's when these kind of occur. So things to avoid stress fractures, we said just modulating load, so you're not ramping up load really quickly. Trying to wear the right shoes, and then making sure that if it's starting to be painful, you're taking some rest and doing some cross training. Alright guys, take care, bye bye.